Hey Homo sapiens and Marbites, it's me Rogue Marby Scott, and yes, sorry about that. So like I said in my one of my previous videos, my diet has changed, and basically I am a non-vegan. Say hi. You don't want to? Okay. Anyway, so basically what I mean is by me being a non-vegan vegan or I don't even know what the terminology is. Can you stop doing that with the camera? Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Leave the tripod alone. Look, here. Kitty food. I just find it really hard to be a vegan right now, and although by Peter standards, I would so much love to be a vegan. However, I don't feel like I can just because my partner, Juggernaut, is still a carnivore. He still eats meat. I have pets as well, and I own quite a lot of dolls and TVs and computers and phones and stuff, but I'll get into that, and jewelry. I'll get into that later on. But the reason why I just really don't think I can be a true vegan in the sense, and I feel like, stop, get out. I just feel like to be a true vegan, there has got to be no exploitation of any animal whatsoever, animal or human. Humans are animals. And there are a lot of products in my life that, you know, can I live without? Do I really want to have to seek an alternative? Do I want to go natural? I don't know. You know that there's latex condoms, there's plastic bags, which I don't really have that much control over. Yes, I know when I go to the shops I could use reusable bags, which I normally do. However, when you order stuff online, they actually do come in plastic bags and stuff, so I don't really have any control over that. Then, you know, there's paint and paint supplies, artistic supplies, which a lot of paint to paint your house or to just do paint in general, they have animal byproducts in them. It's really kind of hard not to use those, and I really wish that there were really good alternatives, but you know what? There aren't. Then there's like foods that say that they're fortified with omega-3 oil, or omega-3 should I say. Now omega-3 doesn't naturally occur in any plant-based food. It does occur in animals, that being fish. So you being truly vegan there? No, maybe not. And I actually need a lot of omega-3 just because of my eyes right now. Been having some problems, and my optometrist has said that I need to take some supplements with omega-3 oils and a lot of krill oil and stuff like that. So I really got to think about my health, and I did ask for alternatives, and there were no alternatives. So I'm not a girl, but tampons, chlorine is actually tested on animals, and a lot of tampons are tested on animals. Yeah, the way that you think. And then there's computers, although like a lot of my computers and phones, no, all of them are Apple, and Steve Jobs, yes, Steve Jobs was a fruitarian or whatever he was. So he didn't want any of his products to contain animal products in it, but a lot of computers do, and these oils or whatever that are in computers actually kind of stop your computers, TVs and telephones from overheating. Can I really buy a new home landline phone and be like, is this completely vegan? Is it? No, I can't. I will never know. My main issue about being a complete vegan, so let me go back to the beginning. I will say maybe 5 months ago, I decided, you know what? No animals, no whatsoever. Just to cut a long story short, I just don't really enjoy eating meat. And I don't enjoy knowing where it comes from, and I don't enjoy knowing how the animals are treated. And I lived in Dominica for like 2 years when I was younger, and my family over there were butchers. So seeing them killing goats, pigs, chickens, cows was a big shock for me, you know, living in London and then going to Dominica and seeing this brutality. It was, oh gosh, it was really awful. I mean, a lot of the animals that were on the farm and that they bought, I made bonds with. Like the cows over there, cows in general are really dangerous actually, but the cows over there were really vicious. Like if you went into their field, they were coming for you, especially the bulls. But I've always been that kid, always been that guy that's never been scared of any animal. You know, I'm willing to take that risk, you know. So I used to climb in the vicinity of where some of these animals were, and I would, you know, just lie on the floor and let them sniff me, and then I would stroke them, and then let them sniff me, and then stroke and let them, yeah. I did have one cow kick me actually, and I've got the bruise on my, well, not bruise, I've got a scar on my back from whatever. But yeah, I made bonds with a lot of these animals before they went into slaughter, and it was just like, when I first moved over there, I didn't know, I just knew they had a farm, I didn't know they were butchers. So it would just be, it would be like, I remember Bowser. No, not Bowser, Bowers. Bowser's from fucking Super Mario. So yeah, Bowers was a pig, and I remember he was so tiny when I first saw him, and I fed him, and I even gave him a wedding. I dressed him up in like this little gown, and I put some shoes on him, and well, he didn't have no one to get married to, but I just did a wedding for him. Like, oh, come on now. I was like 10 years old in my own little Marbasian world. But it was fun. And with the chickens, I used to do little tea parties with the chickens. I used to beg them to just stay where they were sitting and, you know, feed them the corn. Well, I used to put corn there just to make them stay. And then once the corn was gone, they would go away, put more corn, and they would stay at the tea parties. And the same with the cows. I used to feed the cows, and yeah, I used to talk to them. I think I was a bit of a loony kid. I think I used to be like Mowgli. But yeah, when I found out they were butchers, it was devastating to me. It was coaches. It was the worst thing imaginable. I was taken to the slaughterhouse or slaughter field or whatever over there, and they put like nooses over onto the cow's feet, on all 4 feet, and it was like a lynching, and they pulled the ropes and the cow swung up, and the way that they did it was so that the head was down and the bottom was up. And then after that, the cow was in such distress, and then they slit the throat, and they had a bucket underneath, and they collected the blood to make black pudding or blood sausage. The cow, this is my first time seeing bases, I'm telling you. And it cried and cried and cried, and then it was gone. And ever since then, I've just decided I don't want to eat meat, because I knew, kind of like a little smart kid back then, but I knew, like, here in the UK, in non-third world countries, because I do consider Dominica to be kind of like a, back then, I don't know about now, but it's an island. It was kind of like a third world country. The roads were made out of dirt. They weren't made out of tarmac or whatever. It's not saying, I'm not really saying why I will never become a vegan. I just can't. There's too many aspects in my life right now and within the world where I have no control over, and I do have some control over, and I just feel like becoming a vegan completely is never gonna be me. I mean, I occasionally now will have an egg, or maybe some halloumi, some salmon, but even then, the voices come. Now, this is this is why I stopped eating mammals completely. And I say mammals because I don't want to say red meat or whatever, because I just feel like that's a bit of a stupid thing. Like red meat isn't that because of the blood, but then if it's because of the blood, then every animal kind of bleeds red, right? I don't know. I don't eat chicken. Oh, totally just rambled so much that I don't even know where I am now. So basically, a few months ago, I did my research on becoming a vegan, and yeah, I did my research on becoming a vegan and found out that corn, which I thought was vegan just because I thought corn is for vegetarians. No, corn does actually have some animal byproducts in it. However, there are corn that is vegan, and I've checked up on ingredients and certain things that corn vegan says is vegan. I haven't found any animal products in them whatsoever so far, but the just normal corn, it has milk, it has egg, it will sometimes have, I mean, flavoring, beef flavoring, pork flavoring, whatever. Where are you getting those flavors from? It's just really hard, especially living with my partner. I mean, if I wasn't with him, maybe it would be easier, and then maybe I could find other ways of being a vegan, I suppose. But I feel like maybe I'm just thinking a bit too extreme with this, that there cannot be any animal torture, cruelty, or use and exploitation of animals. But I've got quite a lot of gold items of jewelry and diamonds and stuff like that. Yes, real diamonds. Humans, I do consider to being animals. Where did that gold and diamonds come from? Exactly, humans did it. Sometimes not in the best case scenarios, not people like me and you, because you're watching me on YouTube, are saying, yes, I want to do this as a job. Some people are being forced into slavery to do that sort of stuff. It's not called slavery because they so-called get paid, but it literally is. They don't get paid that much, and children are doing it. So children are being exploited to do this whole mining and everything. Coffee. I like drinking coffee, but there is a certain brand of coffee that animals create. Oh, I can't remember the name. Please leave it down in the comments below. But it's this little furry dude and they eat the berries, and then they shit the berries, and then they use the berries to make coffee. And those animals aren't treated very well. They're basically in cages and all of that. No, I just can't. Sacrificing certain things in my life, like my favorite snacks, like Walker's Crisps or Reese or honey. Yeah, all of those things are made with the accompaniship, that's not even a word, but yeah, we'll go with it. But they are made with animals, by animals. Animals were used to help create these products. I don't think, as long as I'm not eating an animal or using directly affected by animals, and all of the products that I have stated so far are, which is kind of a contradiction, but what I mean is honey, bees, yes, exploitation. This is a really difficult one. I'm just never gonna be a vegan. I'm just not. Once in a while I'll have an egg, and once in a while I'll have fish, but apart from anything else, no. Has any vegan or any transitioning vegans ever actually like went through this whole weird poop phase where your poop was just totally different. Yeah, I remember for the first 3 weeks of going completely plant-based, my shit was shit. It was not solid at all. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go now because it's really hot and I think me and Kiara need to go out. Oh, no, I can't go because I've got to say about Kiara and Chitara. Now, can vegans actually have pets? It's not I call them my children. It's not my children's choice. It was never their choice to be with me. It was me saying, I want, so therefore I have exploited them to be living with me. Now, they might have not cared back then when I adopted them because they were adopted. I bought them, but they were bought from accidents, if that makes sense. So Kiara, my dog, my little husky, well, she's not little, but yeah, she was born out of accident because her owner doesn't believe in spaying dogs. So that's how I got Kiara, because the bitch got pregnant, and then I got Kiara, who is also a bitch, but I didn't want Kiara to get pregnant and me having to go through that whole thing, so she's been spayed. But Chitara, she was another accident. A friend had a cat, and I don't know where that cat was. I don't know where she got her cat from, but her queen got, what's the matter? Pregnant, and then I got Chitara. I didn't buy Chitara, I bought Kiara. But yeah, cats are so much easier to attain than dogs are when it's about money. Like, cats are literally why is that? Exploitation again. I'm never gonna be a vegan. I really haven't covered anything in this video apart from experiences and stuff. Is that enough? I don't know. But yeah, I'm never gonna be a vegan. It's way too hard for me to be the vegan. Why is that phone going off? To be the completely plant-based person that I want to be, it's never gonna happen. So, in that saying, I will continue to eat fish and eggs as and when it happens, but my choice would be being plant-based. My first choice would be being plant-based. So, yeah. Like today's dinner. I can't wait to make it. Bye, guys. I'll speak to you later. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Ciao for now.